If I had to do it all over again, how would I do it? The way I leveled certainly isn't the best anymore. So I dug deep, did the research, and wanted to share the best way to level crafters and gatherers in 2024.
Eggchen is with them. Little bastard sorcerer.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mr. Eggchen with this wonderful tour this morning.
Welcome, children, to my next masterclass. Today's lesson, leveling crafters and gatherers. The purpose of this guide is efficient leveling in 2024. I want to set proper expectations. This guide does not focus on making gil. If you want that guide, check out my other video here. There are some assumptions when this guide was made. And those assumptions are, you have a max level combat job or at least access to required areas. You don't have a ton of gil and are looking to keep costs down. You understand all crafting and gathering jobs synergize together and skipping any is not recommended. You understand that you can speed this process up if you buy things instead of gather them yourself. You don't know how to craft and gather. You genuinely need more guidance and are here for help. None of this information is new or secret. I am simply presenting it in a different way. There are lots of ways to level, and this is just some of them. In this guide, we'll explore 3 primary methods for leveling your Disciples of Hand and Disciples of Land classes, which from now on we'll refer to as crafters and gatherers. Diadem, Lev quests, and collectibles. Each approach comes with its own advantages and drawbacks. Lev quests offer the quickest route to leveling your classes, but they demand up-to-date gear, particularly in the lower levels. Additionally, there's a limit of 3 Lev quests every 12 hours, so it's essential to use them sparingly. The Diadem presents a slightly slower alternative, but it requires minimal gear investment. Moreover, it can serve as a lucrative method for earning gil while leveling, as many crafters are in constant need of materials you gather. Currently, this method is widely favored among players. Collectibles provide an avenue for gaining scripts as you level, which prove valuable for acquiring folklore books and participating in custom deliveries. While they offer slower experience gains, the additional benefits they provide can outweigh this drawback. However, collectibles become available only after reaching level 50. For fishers, ocean fishing presents an excellent opportunity for gaining experience. It occurs every 2 hours for a duration of 15 minutes in Limsa Minza. This makes it convenient to incorporate into your leveling schedule while engaging in other classes or content. Leveling all these classes are so important because they synergize with each other. Let me give you an example of how these cross classes synergize. For example, to make a level 7 Viking sword, you need a leather. As one of its ingredients comes from leatherworking, you have 2 options. Make the leather using a leatherworker, or buy it. Those are your choices more or less. This is a constant theme throughout. Buy it or make it. It's important to, right now, get your inventory clear. I'm sure you have proper space in your inventory, chokel saddle, and retainers so that you aren't held up organizing them down the road. Unlock all crafting and gathering jobs through their unlock quests. You can pause the video here or refer back to this point if you need these locations again. Always log out in a rested area. Rested XP helps with crafting and gathering jobs. I personally would always burn my rested XP on gathering jobs, as I feel they are more tedious and time consuming. Use cheap food buffs to boost experience. Utilize free company crafting and gathering XP buffs when possible. The crafting and gathering experience buffs are granted by using items called engineering manuals for crafting and survival manuals for gathering. You can purchase these manuals from your Grand Company Quartermaster using company seals. The availability and cost of these manuals can vary based on the Grand Company's rank. This is where you can find your Grand Company's Quartermaster. Company seals can be earned by completing Grand Company missions, participating in company actions, and undertaking supply and provision missions. Engage in various activities such as participating in fates and turning in items also rewards company seals. And last, ensure you have the fastest transportation possible. For example, flying if it's available, a mount if it's available, and utilizing sprint whenever it's up. Luckily, levels 1 through 20 are very simple. Do not stress, as most of our materials are purchasable from NPCs for dirt cheap right at the Crafters Guild area. We will literally just use the crafting log from levels 1 through 20. The crafting log is accessible through the crafting menu by hitting N or going through the main menu to the logs, then to crafting log. From there, select the appropriate crafting log by clicking the job symbol. Let's do blacksmith as our example for today. Equip your blacksmithing weapon received from the blacksmithing quest. Let's start with the very first recipe, bronze ingot. It requires 2 copper ore and 1 tin ore. A decision must be made whether to procure these through gathering or buying. You'll be gathering these to start as a miner, so my recommendation is to gather these and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can, of course, purchase these from the NPC guild right here as well. After procuring the required materials, we hit synthesize. At level 1, we only have one ability, and that is basic synthesis. Always remember, synthesis means completing the item, while touch refers to improving the quality of the item. So, spam basic synthesis until it's complete. Repeat this process for all other items in your log. There is a massive XP bonus for completing an item for the first time. You'll have to make some items several times and the experience may become trivial at some point. In this case, I recommend using quick synthesis to help get easy XP and make subcomponents and materials faster. Quick synthesis does not yield as much XP as manual crafting, but it is still something, and depending on the volume of materials, it can help you level through. This is how we will reach level 20. A few critical side notes. You can also use leaves, which are just repeatable quests. Here's a list of those. I recommend saving them, but it's an option. Ensure you're completing your job quests that give armor, tools, and a decent chunk of XP. Again, they are typically found at your job's crafting guild. Gathering is done in a similar fashion. To access the gathering log, hit B or access through the main menu. To gather, just go up to a node you find and select it. Select which item you want to gather. You can also check Enable Auto Gathering. This will gather the item you selected until the node is used up. Some important side notes. Again, leaves can be utilized, but it's recommended to save them. And again, ensure you are keeping up with your job quests. There are so many abilities for crafting and gathering. Explaining how they all work and going over the systems is a video in itself. The abilities seem intuitive and self-explanatory, but if you need a guide for advanced crafting and gathering, let me know and I'll see what I can do. We'll be doing our levels in the Ishgardian Restoration and Diadem. This is where we'll be leveling from 20 to 80. Okay, Ishgardian Restoration and Diadem are located in Foundation 9.7 by 11.5. You'll see a recruitment notice, and that is the beginning quest. Players must first complete the main scenario quest, Litany of Peace. You must also complete the quest, Towards the Firmament. The Firmament is located at 11 by 4 by 14.1. I want to switch it up and go with Gatherers first. The main reason is there is no NPC to purchase crafted materials from. All materials will be procured through the market board or gathering yourself in Diadem. Diadem is simply a gathering zone created that specifically has items for the Ishgardian Restoration. We will be gathering our items from here. Don't let the Sky Builder system confuse you. Just check in everything you've gathered to your boy, Floppassant. Best part about Diadem is you can get away with pretty trashy gear. You won't need to upgrade till around level 50-ish. I want to talk a minute about community resources. This is the perfect time to recommend a resource that will save you tons of time. It's called FFXIV teamcraft.com. It's an awesome website that shows you anything and everything about recipes, gathering, nodes, rotations, etc. Here's the Diadem map. I'll put a link as well in the description. Just to give you an idea of how fast this can actually go, just take a look at what this person did right here. I don't know what exactly they turned in, but you can level this fast if you line everything up. Simply run around gathering the items you need in order to make Sky Builder's crafting items. For the crafters, levels 20 through 80, crafting is done in the same fashion. Utilize your turned in materials to craft the requested recipes in your Ishgardian Restoration log. To access that log, open your crafting log and select the middle tab under recipe level known as Special Recipes. This is where you'll find collectibles, custom deliveries, travel quests, class quests, side quests, etc. Under side quests is where you will find the Sky Builder's recipes. You will be turning in your completed items to Potkin. I highly recommend utilizing your Grand Company daily turn-ins. Once every day, and this resets noon server time, you can turn in a specifically requested item to your Grand Company. These are called Grand Company turn-ins, or supply missions, or provisioning missions. These give a ton of XP and at least a level and should be done every day if possible. Bang for your buck is technically the fastest way to level for your time spent. Only turn in high quality items as it doubles the XP received. You can also purchase these items from the market board and turn them in, so if you have extra gil or being lazy, this could take a matter of seconds to make a level. The shortcut to access this menu is Control U by default. This is a huge supplemental experience source. This is on a weekly timer and resets every Tuesday with the server. I will also include a link to custom deliveries information in the description below for you. I recommend doing these turn-ins every week as well. They give a ton of scripts, EXP, and also are one of the best bang for your bucks. These can be done alongside your other leveling methods throughout the process. Different tribes unlock at different levels and have some pretty nice prizes, but also yield a good chunk of EXP as well. I will put a link with all the information in the description, as this topic can also be a video all in itself. Finishing up 80 to 90. Utilizing the other activities and completing your job quests. This is where I would use leaves to finish out your jobs. They give a good amount of gil, and this will leapfrog your starting capital. Had we exhausted our leaves earlier, we wouldn't be making as much gil per leave, and time is money. This is mainly the reason I recommend saving them. Remember, 1 through 20, completing crafting and gathering logs. 20 to 80 is Diadem, Beast Tribe, Grand Company turn-ins, collectibles, and custom deliveries. You don't have to do everything, but the more you do, the faster this will go. 80 through 90 is just levs, job quests, and the same stuff that got you to 80 except no sky builders or diadem. This guide was long, exhausting, and I feel like there's so much I didn't cover while also maybe over-explaining other parts. Feel free to let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, leveling strategies, and if you want a guide or video made on anything else. Most importantly, have fun with this. If this is becoming a chore or boring to do, do something different. The worst thing you could do is max your crafters and gatherers and not feel good about it after. Guys, thanks so much for watching my guide. If you like this video, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you next time.